Okay, a little video on fruit fly culturing because it's pretty simple and I think a lot of people get intimidated by it. If you don't make a lot of cultures, you can get a bag of Excelsior that lasts a long time from Josh's Frogs, and I've tried them all. I've tried the Frog Daddy, I've tried homemade, I've tried other people's. To me, this Josh Frog's melanogaster formula from melanogaster flies, I get the longest production out of it. Maybe it's not the fastest. They don't pop as fast with this as they do with the Frog Daddy, which I like. And I use the Frog Daddy. I use it for my hidey eyes for sure. But melanogaster, in my opinion, the Josh's Frogs formula is great. It's easy. I have a quarter of a cup scoop here. I put 2 scoops in each of these. I use a little boiler and I boil up some RO water, and I put in 3/4 of a cup of RO water, stir it up, stick this in the Excelsior and let it cool, and then I add some flies. We'll do that next. Okay, so the water's boiling. If you don't have one of these, this is invaluable to this operation also. So it's just 3/4 of a cup of water. Why am I spilling? For each one of these, I just dump it all in. I keep a stick here and I mix it up until I look around the sides and I don't see any dry spots. Maybe a better way to do this is a pretty simple way for me. I should probably use a plastic spoon, but I've had this piece of cedar for years doing this, and it works just fine. Another 3/4 of a cup of water. I have a line drawn on this measuring cup because I do this once a week. I make 2 cultures. Sometimes I make one melanogaster and one hidey eye because I have so many tinctorius. But my hidey eyes are out of control right now, so many of them. So today I'm just making 2 melanogaster, and I use not the flightless, but the wingless melanogaster, which you can also order, from Josh Frogs. You can order it from Frog Daddy, wherever you get them from. Then I take a ball of the Excelsior and I try and tear it up inside here so it's not so messy in the bag. Just take a ball of that, shove it down in there, twist it up a little bit so it's stuck. Get another ball, the other one. I always write the date and the type of fly on the cup. These can get mites that cause them to not be as productive. It's not really too big of a problem, so I write the date so that at about day 25, day 20, I make sure I just throw them away. I reuse these vented lids because they're expensive. You can reuse them once or twice. After that, they get a little hard to clean. We'll add some bugs later after these cool down. Alright, let's get going. I'm putting some bug blade on these because I have a culture with mites and I don't want this new one to have mites. So this is diatomaceous earth, bug blade. I put a little bit in this cup. I'm going to put the starter flies in here and coat them, so hopefully they don't bring any mites over with them. That's what I do. I always put it in this in case any bugs get out. See how 1 or 2 got in? Shake them into there. Coat them up. Put a few in here. Close it up. Probably not enough, but enough for this demonstration. Put the rest in here. I'll make sure to clean the bug blade out of this before I use it for anything else. I don't know if I gave them enough flies to start a good culture. I'm probably gonna add some. I do this when I feed too. I put my fruit flies in this thing to keep them from getting all over my house. Sliding your hands around like this is a way to get these to seal. Then these will just get put on the shelf. Just get cleaned up, put this bug blade away so I don't mix it up with other stuff. Yeah, I'll show you how I feed now. This is a high DI culture, which is different than the bugs I just made. This is the Frog Daddy media that I use in these ones. It works good with high DIs. But to feed, I take a cup, empty cup, sprinkle some Rapashi Calcium Plus in here. Sometimes I put other vitamins in there. Give this a nice tap. Knocks all those flies down. And I just crack it. And I tap a few in there. Like that. I just fed today, so not too worried about it. Put the lid back on. Any that got out, which is one, they generally go in here. Then I shake it up. That's that. I'll feed something for you. The Azurius are always out and ready to eat. There's one right there. Shake some bugs in there. Just like that. And they're off and eating. I don't know where he went, but there he is. Enjoying his bugs. There's the other one. There's two of them in there. There it is. My male has much more fine spots than my female. The male is the one in the back here. Can't really see. There he is. Spots are a little more fine. Not much, but a little more. Either way, they're awesome frogs. We'll close the door and let them eat before all the bugs get out. Thanks for watching.